Hey everyone. So I thought I'd do well, maybe not obligatory Halloween video, but this came to me while I was thinking of possibly anything to do for Halloween, and I thought I would share with you all 5 times I have been legitimately scared. Now, this does not count anytime someone snuck up on me or popped around a corner or, you know, frightened me while I was wearing headphones, because that happens a lot. Anyways, this is the top 5, like, legitimately scary things in my life. Mostly stuff in, like, media or things that have happened to me. So I'm gonna start with an obvious one that some people might agree with. And that was the original Resident Evil 2. It was the first Resident Evil I actually played. I know I started completely out of order. Anyways, but I remember playing with my cousin, and we were in our room hanging out. My youngest cousin was asleep in bed. I'm messing around. I'm going through the police station, and like there's that sense of, oh my god, something's gonna jump out at me. You expect that with a zombie horror survival game. But it started lulling me into like this, okay, well maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's just, whatever. And it gets to that part where you go into the room where there's that one-sided mirror. And I'm not thinking about, I can't see anything. Nothing's going to be on that other side. I think, literally just in that room. It's fine. Right? So I'm playing, and it lulls you into that false sense of just, oh no, everything's fine. And then the fucking liquor just jumps through the damn thing, and I lose my shit. Not only do I lose my shit, but me losing my shit and screaming causes I think she was, oh god, maybe 4 or 5-year-old cousin to wake up and see this, because I scream. She just loses her goddamn mind. Because, what 5-year-old doesn't when seeing that on the screen? All 3 of us just taking a moment, putting down the controller, like calming the kid down. She's gonna kill me for telling this story, likely, if she watches this. So yeah. The next thing was definitely the original Carrie. Now, I watched it in junior high. And I remember sitting there with my friend at her house, and we were watching it. It was close to Halloween, and it was there. So we're like, what, fine, whatever. And the whole movie, we're sitting there going, this is supposed to be scary? Yeah, that was my, like, junior high voice. I don't know. This is supposed to be scary. And we weren't really like, okay, this is really bullying. Whatever. But it gets to the end where, spoiler alert, seriously, I should have said that at the beginning, gets to the end, and the hand pops out of the ground and grabs the other girl, and we just lose it. We weren't expecting it. We weren't ready for it. And I think I literally threw a pillow at the TV when it happened. I was just like, no, 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 no. And yeah, it was nuts. Another story. A lot of these are from my childhood. Maybe I was scared more easily as a child. I'm not sure, but like it's children teenage years. So Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't know how many people remember that show. It's on Nick. Kids, they told scary stories. Like, all of them weren't scary. I mean, I got a little, like, creeped out by them, sure, but, like, I was reading Goosebumps by that time, after that, and all sorts of other horror books. I was like, man, this ain't nothing. And then came the one called The Tale of the Captured Souls. Now, I remember watching it late at night on Snick, and I loved it. It had this very, Dorian Gray-esque type of story. There was a young kid. They go to stay at a house where there are a lot of mirrors, and this other child is very obsessed with the mirrors that I remember. And it turns up that he is stealing the parents' souls so he can stay eternally young. What scared me the most, like legitimately freaked me out, was I started talking to my friends about it the next day. And it wasn't that anybody didn't watch. It was that nobody remembered it. Like, and this wasn't even like my friends trying to play a joke on me. I like asked legitimately other people who weren't in my like close circle. Do you guys remember watching this episode? No one did. To be fair, I got really freaked out, and for years, until later, way down the line, when a friend reminded me of the show, I asked them, do you remember this episode? And no one has, until I actually looked it up on Wikipedia, like, am I legitimately going crazy? Did I remember a whole TV episode that no one else did? And it's legitimately there. It was like season 1 or 2, episode 7. You can look it up, but it exists. But I, for years, have just been freaked out that I made this whole episode up in my mind. The fuck? Who does that? Apparently I thought I did. What else? Okay. So most people know I'm stupid scared of spiders. Not just because they're freaking creepy. Not just because I'm allergic. But my legitimate fear actually came from a book. And in grade school, we read the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books. And these days, the artwork in that is really tame. I'm gonna be honest. But the original artwork was really just like spooky, creepy. It was black and white, very liney. That's the best way I can describe it. It scared me, legitimately. And the one that scared me the most was The Tale of the Red Spot. Now, I don't know how many of you know that tale, but I will summarize it here with a girl with a spot on her face. She thinks it's like just like a bug bite or a pimple or something, but she worries about it because it keeps growing and growing, but everybody tells her, well, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll go away soon. And she keeps scratching at it, and she swears she can feel things under her skin, until one night it bursts and all of these spiders come out of it. And I remember hearing that story and legitimately in the middle of the library during story time, like when we had it, just crying, because I think it was right after or right before I started getting chickenpox when it happened. So I had like little bumps on my face, and I got so terrified that little spiders were going to just burst out of my skin. And to this day, like every so often, like anytime like bugs or spiders are anywhere near anybody's face or mouth on TV, I lose it. I absolutely just, nope, I'm curling up. I am not watching this. No. No, fuck you. Just fuck you, I'm not doing it. No. So that is the other one. And finally, the biggest scare in my life of them all. It's actually a rather charming tale. My parents took me to Disney World. What kid doesn't love Disney World? We spent the whole day going on rides and having fun. We were at the main park, and it gets late, and it's starting to rain a little bit, but not too much that they say, well, people have got to go home now. They just start giving out those awesome ponchos and whatnot. And my parents decide, well, you're old enough, we'll go to the Haunted Mansion. And that one is crowded. We spent, I want to say, almost an hour in line, maybe? Just waiting and waiting. You know, my dad was really excited about getting me onto it because I think it's one of his favorite rides. And we literally get to the front and, you know, we're all waiting and like, I am literally the next person, but they have to wait. So the attendant who is, you know, counting everyone in he's dressed up in costume, very like ghoulish butler. And he looks straight at me when, you know, he's telling the whole of us that, you know, he'll come back, you know, he'll pick up more people. But he says it looking straight at me as a child, I think maybe 6, 7-ish, and says, I'll be back for you later, in this just menacing, like, tone. And I lost it. We are talking just sheer child breakdown at the park of, I cannot do this. You are not getting me on that ride. They are going to, you know, murder me in this house, screaming, crying, no, 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 I'm not doing it. And this was before they had, like, emergency exits in the lines. So my parents, with this screaming, crying, fearing for her life, Maggie, are trying to maneuver all the way back through this crowded line with me. Now, years later, I did finally get back to Disney and get on the ride, and it was cute, and I loved it, and I still adore it to this day. But little Maggie, no, she wanted nothing to do with it. So yeah. Those are the biggest scares I have ever had in my life. I mean, they're not anything crazy, but when it comes to scares, those are mine. So I hope you guys enjoyed them. I hope that you guys got a little laugh out of the crazy things that have actually managed to put the fear in me just a little bit. And I look forward to talking to you all next time. If there are anything, you know, that has scared you guys, feel free to mention it in the comments, you know, or if you like these kind of videos where I talk about these sort of things, please, you know, give it a thumbs up so that I know what you guys are all enjoying. So I will talk to you next time, and you guys have a very happy Halloween. Bye.